In this video, we're going to cover 5 common mistakes people make while interviewing. We'll cover fixes to all of these mistakes. Plus, if you stick around to the end, we'll give you a free downloadable worksheet to help you ace your next interview. Well, we've all had that moment, so we want to hear from you. What's the most embarrassing interview mistake you've ever made? Tell us in the comments below. Hi Contessas, welcome back. I'm Lauren McGoodwin, founder and CEO of Career Contessa, the only career site built for women. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel because we drop videos weekly. All right, let's go over 5 common mistakes that a lot of us make in interviews so that you don't make it the next time you've got that big interview. Mistake number 1, using filler words. Like, so, you know, actually, just. These are all unnecessary filler words. People tend to use these filler words when they're nervous, and I think we can all admit that being nervous during a job interview is pretty natural. But you want to come across as being super confident and impressive to that hiring manager, and filler words just really don't communicate that. This is especially important if you're interviewing for a job that relies heavily on good communication skills, like teaching or recruiting or public relations or sales. The fix for using filler words? Practice. Before your interview, do a trial run, either with a friend asking you some questions or by videotaping yourself and then re-watching that video and seeing how you answer. You might cringe when you watch that video, but that video is really helpful because it's going to show you where are you using the filler words, or maybe where do you repeat yourself, or maybe you have a nervous tic like you put your hair behind your ears 100 times. Whatever it is, you want to make sure to watch that and then consciously make sure that you're removing it in the future. I recommend practicing your answers to common interview questions several times before the big day. Mistake number 2, talking at the speed of light. During interviews, candidates tend to speak really quickly. Talking a mile a minute not only makes it hard for the recruiter to actually follow what you're saying, but what if they have a question they want to ask you and there's no natural place where you've paused? So it's important that you want to be able to give them enough information, but they don't need your entire backstory within one sentence either. Our advice is to take a timeout. Simply taking a pause to collect your thoughts is going to be super valuable. And I know that for many of us, we think that if we pause during an interview, it's going to look like a weakness, but really it's not. And the hiring manager doesn't see it as a weakness either. We see it as something that you're doing to be really thoughtful about your answer, and we appreciate that. Mistake number 3, badmouthing. While this might seem obvious that you want to keep it positive or at least not badmouth your past employer and job, sometimes people can really stumble when the hiring manager can really turn the pressure on. Remember, it's the hiring manager's job to really understand, why are you looking for a new job? What did you do in your last job that's relevant to this job? Or even, why did you leave that last job? Why was it not a fit? So they're gonna ask a lot of detailed questions, and you wanna be prepared for that, but you don't wanna badmouth. So instead of badmouthing, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Never make a derogatory comment about your old coworkers, boss, or company. You may seem very comfortable in your interview environment, but remember, avoid the temptation to vent. You've got friends and happy hour for that. And focus on the lessons you've learned, tying them back to the role you're interviewing for now. Mistake number 4, talking numbers. If you bring up the salary or vacation time within the first few minutes of your interview, it's pretty safe to say that you probably won't hear back about that. It's not because those things don't matter, but when you're interviewing for something and at the very beginning, you want to show that you've got the experience and that you're passionate about the role and the company, not that you're just in it for the perks. Ask thoughtful questions about the role, product, or service, and show what you can bring to the table. This helps the interviewer see whether you're actually worth the extra $5,000, $10,000 you might negotiate for during the offer phase. Our best advice, zip it, at least for now. Leaving numbers out of the first interview will actually help you negotiate for a better offer later on. Why? You might ask for $10,000 less than their initial starting point. Once you've learned more about the company and the role, you'll have time to research your ask to ensure you're not lowballing yourself. However, we cannot stress enough that it is important to negotiate your salary once it is an appropriate time in the interview process. We have a salary database called the Salary Project where you can gain access to thousands of salaries in order to ensure you're getting paid what you deserve. The link is in the description. Mistake number 5, showing up unprepared. If you're sitting down for an interview, you should already have thoroughly researched the company, the role, and even the people you're gonna interview with. That's the best way to have a high-level exchange with the hiring manager. You don't wanna just talk surface level about the role, you wanna get deeper into how your experience is a great fit for this. Make sure you do the research. Follow the company on LinkedIn and the interviewers and other company contacts. Google the company's press releases from the last year or two. Learning about their new products and initiatives will give you a good idea of their priorities. Also, check out the company website to understand the language they use and try to create your interview answers in a similar way. By speaking their language, you'll already seem like a natural fit for their brand and culture. So those are 5 of the most common mistakes we see when it comes to job interviews. Follow our tips and you'll be sure to ace your next interview. If you're looking for extra practice for your job interview, download our free job interview flashcards with common, difficult, and occasionally unusual interview questions. That's linked in the description below. Now we want to know, tell us what's been your most embarrassing job interview mistake. Tell us in the comments below. Did you find this video helpful? I hope so. And if you can, give us a like and subscribe because we drop videos weekly.